Hi, my name is Brian, and I'm the High Pop Professor. A couple days ago, PSA announced they are raising their prices and also increasing their turnaround times slightly. And I realized that GameStop still hasn't reflected any price change through submissions through them. And so I figured I should probably, if I'm going to cobble together a few cards to potentially send to PSA through GameStop sometime this week, I should probably go ahead and get my grading loop out, get my magnifying lens, take a look at these cards, and so we have yet another pre-grading PSA analysis of a couple of cards that we're looking to maybe send in. I'm going to look over these very, very carefully, give my thoughts over them, decide yes or no or maybe on whether they should be sent in to get graded, and then hopefully all goes well. I'll be able to get this submission in before PSA decides to jack up their rates through the GameStop submissions. So let's turn the camera around. Let's go ahead and analyze some cards and try to find reasons not to give PSA any more money. Okay, we're going to do a quick pre-grading analysis on a couple of cards that I had. Some of these I picked up fairly recently. A couple of I even got at the Philly show just a weekend or two ago. And again, I'm trying to submit these to PSA through GameStop before they increase their rates. And so let's just give a little closer inspection to these cards here. So this first one is a 97 score white bordered artist proof. Now, generally, I'm looking for cards that would receive a mint 9 or better for a lot of these 90s inserts and parallels. And this card, the centering, I think throws it out of a 10 consideration. It's a little bit heavier on the left. But again, if we can get a 9 is going to be a significant value add for this sort of 1 per box tier of parallel. And I'm just trying to see if there's something on the surface there. Wasn't sure if there was something on there that would make it a little bit tougher to... There we go, we're focused now. But yeah, the edges, corners, all seem to be okay. There's a little something there. Not sure if that little thing is... I got my microfiber out here. I gotta try to see if I can get that little, just underneath that A, between the L and the A, right there. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe we can brush it off, I don't know. Let's check the back real quick. This is a fairly low value insert. It's not, you could probably get this card for about, that's about $10. So yeah, I don't know. I think 9 is probably its maximum potential. And so I'll put that in the maybe pile. I'm not like 100% set on it. But yeah, if I think that it could get a 9, if I think it's a 9 or better, I think it's probably worth sending. Okay, this is an interesting card. This is a 99 Bowman Chrome International Refractor, numbered out of 100. And a couple interesting things about this. I bought this card in a PSA slab. And so it was already slabbed, and I cracked it out. I don't do many crackouts. But there are a couple of reasons why I cracked it out. Number one, this card, it was graded as a 7, and I think that it looks better than a 7. I think this is an 8, or at least I thought it was a 9 when I cracked it out. Then I looked at it a bit more closely out of the case. I revised my opinion. I saw why it was a 7, but I still think that we've got a shot at an 8 here, and so that's what we're gonna go for. The other reason I cracked it out was because they mislabeled the flip. They called it just a Bowman Chrome refractor. This is an international refractor that is in fact numbered out of 100 on the back. So apparently they supposedly keep track of these serial numbers, and they should know what that is, except for the fact that the regular refractors are not serial numbered. So I don't know if they ever actually took that data down. But let's see what's going on with this card. So the biggest thing that jumps out to me is maybe the most prevalent refractor line in the history of refractor lines here. right at about his knee level. So there is that. But let's continue looking through. And it's when you look a bit more closely, you see other things that come out here too. So the corners themselves, again, this is a chromium card, so corners and edges, let's get that out of the way, it's a little glare intensive there. Yeah, corners and edges, it's a chromium card, so you're gonna have some really sharp corners, good edges. Centering is no problem really, but the issue is on the surface. And so aside from the refractor line, there is a pockmark you can kind of see under his butt right there. There's a little dimple. So that's something. But the bigger concern there are some surface scratches, very light ones on the Alamo in the background. So you see the Alamo there. I'm going to get the light on here. There you are. Just to the side of his head, just to the left of his head. You see these and again, you can't see any of this, like, unless you're really putting the light, and really not even the right side, just the left side of his head. Yeah, just some right there. There we are. Now I can see it. So yeah, that's the big issue here. Looking on the back of this thing, it's super clean. Really nice. Good sharp corners. Nice card. And that looks like it's a ding there, but it's I think that's just the light hitting the edge of the card where it was cut. Yeah, super clean on the back, good surface, no scratches there. Just a couple of these little hairline scratches on the surface. Yeah, I mean, I might get a 7 back, but even if I do, hopefully at least they'll fix the flip this time and accurately say what card it is would be nice, you know. But I think if I could get a grade bump up to an 8, that would be tremendous. That would be really good for future value gain, because it's kind of a bigger card. All right, here's another recent pickup I got. I feel really good about this one because this one I actually think could be a 10. I don't say that about most of the cards I send in, but this one I do actually feel that way, and we'll see if after I look at it here, if I still feel the same way. All right, so this is a Collector's Choice Gold Signature. This is a 1 per box parallel, and this is 95 Upper Deck Collector's Choice. So let's take a look at this thing, see what we got. We have just super sharp corners, and what's going on here? Oh, maybe I'm seeing something. Yeah, I can't really tell. Almost looks like there's an indent on the very... Ooh. Is that a reason not to send this card in? Ooh, I don't know. Well, let's keep on going. If I find one more thing... It's almost the same on the bottom there, too. Yeah, I did not see... It almost looks like it's crimped a little bit. Ooh, I'm going to have to rethink that, maybe. Although, I always do this with these cards. I mean, it's a super clean card. There's no scratches. You got really amazing corners on this thing, too. I always say this kind of stuff, and then it's funny. What ends up happening is usually PSA... It's like when I'm wrong on a grade, usually, at least recently, I've been a little bit too harsh on my cards. So yeah, it looks like just a slight crimp on like the right edge and the top and the bottom. Ooh, I don't know. This is also not a super high value tier card. If it were, I would 100% send it. But this is kind of, I don't know. This is kind of going in that maybe pile. It's going to join this white border artist proof. All right, now this is a cool card. This is a 97 Topps Gallery. Gallery of Heroes acetate card. Tony Gwynn. Love the stained glass. And this is just a sweet card. And I have a Maddox from the year after this. But its edges just looked a little bit rough. But this card is super clean. It is well centered. I mean, it's got this beautiful, nice surface on there. The edges are very nice. The surface is very nice. I mean, I don't know. I think this has a shot at a 10. It's beautiful. I mean, it may very well be a 9, but it's I think it at least has a chance. I think we have to at least send it along. It's a nice card. I think it's about a $25-ish card, ungraded, and so I think getting a 10 would at least make this, you know, a $100 card. I think we have to try it. We have to go for it. So that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, let's go ahead and send this one for sure. These are the 2 maybes so far. All right, this is the reason that I'm making this order, is this recent pickup of mine from the Philly show. Koufax. On-card auto. Look at this. Wow. Now, I already looked at this. I just realized this sleeve is not cut on the top, so I might not take it out all the way, but just slide it far enough to get an idea of what we're talking about. But, I mean, we have a beautiful mirror surface here. Really nice, sharp edges, sharp corners. Let's see here. You can see, even just through the sleeve, how good those corners are. There's no scratching, no nothing. It is just as it should be. Yeah, that's a clean card. I think what helps this card is that it was actually redemption. So it was never officially packed out. It was redemption, I think, for a Billy Williams in this set also. But yeah, we have to go for it. I think this is a 9. It even has a shot, an outside shot at a 10. And this is a massive card. This is the entire reason I'm sending the order. I didn't want to send it at the Philly show because I already had to wait in the PSA line once for the orders I already dropped off. Because I didn't do the paperwork for this ahead of time because I didn't know I was going to pick it up, I would have had to stand in line for the computers to fill out the form and then stand in line a third time to actually submit the form because that's the way they were doing things. So anyway, all right, let's take a look at this last one here. This is an honor roll subset from Pinnacle Zenith. This is a 96 Zenith artist proof. Again, these artist proofs, these are tough. 1 per box sort of tier card. And yeah, we're just trying to see, again, anything 9 or higher would be good. And I don't see anything yet that would, well, there's a little something next to the R and roll. Again, there's something that, like, maybe we just got a little, you see that? Yeah. Try to tell if it's a pock mark or is that like you know, debris or something. Tough to say. Doesn't seem to be wiping off, but yeah, we'll have to see about that. Looks like maybe one more over here. Yeah. Huh. Pretty minor. Let's check out the back. And again, this isn't like a super expensive card, but probably about 15 bucks. Okay, what's going on with this? It looks like we have a rounded corner here, but honestly, that's just that's so fascinating. I'm just commenting at myself here at how amazing this is because I'm looking at this card both through the phone, but also just directly. All right, now that one, maybe there is a little corner issue here. Get the light on there. Yeah, I don't know. Gosh, you look at that dead on, it looks pretty darn good. And then you get in the light and all of a sudden it's like, what is this? Okay, oh, there's a, okay, what is it? Is there something over, yeah, I can't tell again. There's like a little debris. Maybe just not on this one. Yeah, there's something over there on the left edge. It doesn't want to like come off. Yeah, something right there. I don't know what that is. Okay, yeah, I mean, could it come back a 9? Maybe. Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't know. It's close again. Yeah, I'm, you know what? I'm going to put it this way so the words are face up. These horizontal cards. It goes against the normal way I would put it, facing this way, but these words are upside down then, so I feel like I have to do it this way. Ooh, yeah, tough to say. I mean, every one of those 3 maybes, there's a legitimate reason why not to send it. So maybe, yeah, maybe I just top load them or mag pro them for these 3. It's not very clear cut. The centering here, the little crimping on the edge, and then just some weird like debris spots and one the shadow of a faulty corner. I don't know. But these 3, I feel like I have to send these. Possible 10, and this one not a 10, not a 9 either, but maybe possibly an 8, and if not that, then hopefully a 7. So all right, we'll for sure send these. Depending on how I'm feeling, I might take another look at these, but I don't know. Maybe this one, it looks tremendous, but probably not these 2. Maybe I'll just send these 4. All right. Well, thank you for coming along with me. And this is also good evidence too. The reason why I do this is because, you know, if something happens with the grading or a card of mine gets damaged, I do this to sort of cover my bases. CYA, I have evidence that this is the condition the cards were in before they were submitted. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. All right, and there's actually one other card I wanted to check out because something had just come to my attention. I was scrolling through on Facebook and saw a card for sale, and I was a little bit shocked that that there was a card, a 93 Griffey Diamond King, in a PSA 10 someone was wanting $600 for. And something about that just didn't really, well, that kind of shocked me. I figured that was way too big of an ask. But then, as I looked at the card, a couple things jumped out at me. Well, first of all, the 9s, you know, it's funny, I have a card that is like that. In fact, I have one. And I realized that actually that's kind of what the 10s are now going for. They had been 300 or so a couple months back in the summer, but now they're going for over $600. So I thought I would have to at least give this another look because this is a pretty darn clean card. So that's what we're gonna look at today. And interestingly, the copy that I saw that was for sale, I actually checked out. It was pretty badly off-centered left to right, and somehow it still ended up in a PSA 10 slab. Very interesting indeed. But we're going to go ahead and just take a quick look and see if there's not any reason. You know, we've got some really nice corners. I think my centering is better than that one. Now, the only issue is my vertical centering might be a little bit too thin up there compared to the bottom. But then again, apparently PSA doesn't, with these, again, borderless cards, I don't know if they pay much attention to that. Let's check out the bottom corners. Pretty clean card. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't be too shocked to see this come back a 10. Yeah, heck, why not? Yeah, maybe we should be sending this in. That's a little better. Yeah, that's a really nice card. think this card looks better than that 10 that was for sale. All right, well, maybe I should put this in a card saver. At least see what they would do with it. And here's the other thing too. It's like the nines. I always sort of just figured this would be a 9, so it wouldn't be worth it to send in. But even the 9s have risen in price. You know, the 9 used to be just about the cost of grading, or $25. Now they're selling for like 50 or like 60 or something. So okay, so even if we don't hit the 10, it's still going to be a value add. So yeah, what the heck? Let's go ahead and send this one in. All right, thank you and have a great day.